Hi guys, welcome back. It's Tracy with TR's Tarot Talk 1111. This video is for the zodiac sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and all cross watchers. Remember that if you're a cross watcher, it could very well play out from your own perspective instead of your person's perspective. And that time well, not time, energy is secular, right? So, Spirit knows who's watching. All right, guys, I hope you listen. If you don't do anything else today or anything else on your ascension journey, you need to go watch my channeled message. I believe Spirit gave me a huge, huge download on how to become a powerful, conscious co-creator, co-creating with the divine source, your highest and best life. It's all about knowing thyself. It's about trust. This new moon in Gemini is about clearly communicating to the divine, to the law of attraction, to your counterpart, to your inner self. Clear communication. And it's all about becoming adept at all of the lessons that we have learned on this ascension path or twin flame journey or whatever your particular path is, right? What tower moments have you had, and what lessons have you learned, and what judgments have been on your radar, and how have you done healing around red flags and triggers and all of those things that you've been learning. And I know you've been learning them, because if you haven't, you wouldn't be here, right? So this month, Spirit said, I'm not supposed to give you a tarot reading or a prediction. I'm just supposed to give you oracle advice on things that you need to practice, to put into your day-to-day practice. Things you've already learned, things that you've already, worked on, new tools that you've discovered, new gifts that you have. And it's time to know yourself. If God is everything and everything is God, if God is the Alpha, the Omega, everything that was, everything that is, everything that ever shall be, what does that make you? And once you recognize that you are God's source energy in a body having experiences, and that you create with your very own focus and attention and intention, you can all of a sudden recognize what you don't want and realign yourself and refocus your attention on what you do want. And that sounds simplistic, but you need to go watch it. I'm telling you, it blew me away. I think the law of attraction is going to become my new playground. And I think that's what Spirit's trying to say, that this month is all about trusting who you are, knowing who you are, trusting the divine, trusting that the new lessons you've learned are within your power to practice and implement and become adept at. So that's what this month is going to be all about. It's going to be what triggered you the last moon phase here, from the super moon till now. Did you get triggered? Did you have tower moments? And how did you handle them? Did you handle them better than you've ever handled them before? And are you proud of yourself? And are you willing to practice and practice and practice until you become adept at it? This month, you're going to get opportunities, lots of opportunities to be triggered and realign back to self-love, back to worthiness, back to knowing thyself, trusting that Three of Wands energy, right? In the tarot, the Three of Wands, that person is waiting for their ship to come. They're not hoping their ship is coming, because they've got better things to do than stand there and hope. They know, they clearly communicated to the captain of that ship what they expect to arrive. But because of the way that the water is, which water is emotion and spirit, right? It's divine flow. You can't be in control of when it shows up. You can only be in control of knowing that it's on its way. All right, let's get busy. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What lessons do you need to practice and become more adept at during this next lunar cycle? And how can you clearly communicate Gemini energy to yourself, to others and to the universe exactly what you're trying to create without doing harm to anybody else, right? Golden rule. Do unto others as you want others to do unto you. That's how you co-create. You can create a lot of chaos and a lot of shit, but that's how you also create karma for yourself. If you cause harm to others through your own wants and desires, then it's going to come back on you. So we are now learning how to be adept at knowing ourselves and to create things that are for the highest and best of all, the collective, not self-service, right? Service to self and others as a collective. All right, Leo. Oh my goodness. Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. Look at that. You showing up right in the middle of your own reading. So Spirit's saying you need to be practicing what you came here and incarnated under is confidence. You know, you are top of the food chain. You are the king of the jungle, right? You already know who you are. Now you need to have confidence in your ability. And that's what you're going to be becoming adept at and practicing. And don't be angry if the universe sends you lots of opportunities to put into implementation all those tools and lessons you've been learning. Surrender to Spirit. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine and let Spirit work its magic for you. That's that Three of Wands energy. It's like I clearly communicated to the divine, to myself, to my friends, to my environment, what it is I want to create that will not cause harm to anyone else, right? And then surrender. You know, I've been using the parable about the farmer going out and planting his crops. He can't go out every day and dig up the seeds to see if God's doing his work, right? No, he's got better things to do. He's got to muck the barn, take care of the animals. He's got hay to bale, stuff to do. He's not going to check on God's handiwork. So you need to surrender to Spirit and know that once you've planted the seed of intention and practiced knowing who you are and having trust and faith that you are creating it because it's what you divinely came here to do, magic is going to happen. Go watch the channeled message. If you don't, you're missing out, I'm telling you. Surrender the drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Stay centered. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. So you need to be practicing self-control. Practicing when you're out in the world and people are gossiping or creating drama or fighting or whatever. You need to realign yourself to knowing who you are and what you want to experience. And the sooner you remain calm and don't contribute and center yourself, the more quickly the issue will be resolved. And if it's not resolved, which it will be because you're the creator, focusing on it gives it life. As soon as you pull your focus off of it and realign your focus on your purpose, the sooner it will cease to exist. It might exist in their lives, but it ain't going to exist in yours because you're not feeding your energy to it. You've regained and pulled back your power. Acceptance. See yourself and others through the eyes of the angels with unconditional love and acceptance. In this way, you inspire and lift everyone to their highest potential. See, that's in the guided message or the channeled message too, is learning how to love unconditionally means that you can't judge yourself and you can't judge others. Unconditional love means love without conditions, love without judgment. You know, but he doesn't call me. She doesn't call me. They don't understand me. They don't love me. Or my boss doesn't get me. Or whatever stories you tell yourself, right? When you start realizing that that's something within you that you need to work on and overcome and heal, because you judge yourself first and then you project those judgments out onto others. And so part of realigning to that unconditional love is to recognize when those situations trigger you and finding your way back to alignment and resonance with joy, love, trust, and happiness, and knowing yourself. Acceptance. That's part of the grieving process too, actually. It's the last stage in the grieving process, is acceptance. So what do you desire? There's something you can practice, right? Desiring, manifesting, bringing things to you by clearly communicating and focusing your attention, daydreaming, right? Your focused attention and intention is your magical creative power. It's your power. It's your magic. It's your toolbox. You are a creator being from creative source, and that's what you do. And when you focus on something, you bring it life. Take your power back from things you don't want to have life. All right, last. Well, actually, it's the same one. Sorry, guys, I get caught up. What do you desire? You now have the opportunity to write the script according to your heart's true desires. Creation. Once you clearly decide upon your true desires and know that you're ready and deserving of them, know thyself. Trust. They'll rush into your life as if by magic. Yeah, because where your focus goes is where the conception and creation happens. Fiona, now that you've asked the angels for help to be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance, you deserve heaven's help. Let me reread that, guys. Now that you've asked the angels for help, be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. You deserve heaven's help. See, know thyself. When you know that you are part of the creative source, part of God, part of the whole unity consciousness, then you recognize that you are worthy. Heaven is within you. Heaven is something we create, external and internal. And the angels are servants who willingly help once you know your divine inheritance. Okay? So make sure you ask, practice prayer, practice intention, practice looking for what teaches you, and then practice, become the adept. Then we have Azure. Your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith, and don't try to force it to happen. Okay, that's that Three of Wands again. If a powerful conscious creator doesn't doubt whether or not it's capable of creating, you just don't. It's what you're here for. It's who you are. It's who you are. Know thyself, right? A creator doesn't ask, can I create? Well, of course you can, and you do it every day. Sometimes you create some real shit, and sometimes you get really good at creating something better. Practice makes perfect. Become the adept. All right, so then for our light workers, if you resonate with that, we have take a break, a life's work, not a session. Get off the treadmill. Take some time for you, right? I'm hearing that some of you deep dive, you've gotten addicted to the purge. And you keep asking, what else? What else, Spirit? What else can I work on? What else do I need to get rid of? Show me more. Show me more. Because you're in a hurry to get where you're going. And Spirit says it's a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Give yourself, grant yourself permission to be the student and to practice, put into practice what you've learned. Starseed, what lights you up? If you're not sure what your mission work is, ask yourself, if I could do anything in the world and know that I was divinely supported, money-wise, resource-wise, what would I create? What would light me up? What would bring me and the world more joy, love, and happiness? What would you create? So, you're a starseed. What lights you up? That's your mission work. All right, I got a new deck. It's called the Archetype Oracle deck, and I've seen other readers use it, and I just had to have it. So I bought it, and it has light and shadow attributes of an archetype. And I asked and set my intentions, because I'm a powerful creator. I set my intentions and focus and attention, intention, and focus on what does Leo's need to be practicing from the shadow into the light. What shadow aspects do you need to practice aligning to the light attribute? Angel, light attribute, helping those in need with no expectation of return. That's what you're practicing. How to help others who are in need without any expectations of a return. The shadow is acting innocent or angelic to mislead others, to falsely claim to be in touch with angelic guidance. You know, there are people out there that do that. They pretend that they are channeling spirit, and spirit says this, spirit says that. Trust. That's part of this month's lessons, is trusting who you are, trusting the lessons you've learned, implementing the tools you've been given. So when that shadow comes up, when you find yourself faking something because you want it desperately, but you're not willing to do the work to connect in the right way, Spirit says practice. It's not that you shouldn't help people. It's that you should practice how to help people without expecting anything in return, right? Service to others, not service to self. All right, engineer. Here's a good one, Leos. I'm going to start reading the shadow attributes first, because I think Spirit wants you to practice clearing the shadow and bringing it into the light. So the shadow attribute of engineer is reliance on mechanist. I can't talk today, guys. Reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. So that's being an automaton, right? Doing things automatically, like a how do I want to articulate that? Relying on machine or automatic solutions, whether they're good for the whole or not, whether they're good for you emotionally. The light attribute that you should be practicing is the ability to give creative energy a practical expression. Talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. Take your tools and become adept at implementing them in your creative process. Child of nature. Ooh, I like this one. The shadow attribute, Leos, is the tendency to abuse animals, other people, and the environment. Yeah. Yeah. My imagination just went, I'm pulling my power back. I'm not creating that. I'm going to put my focus on something better. But if you have a tendency to abuse animals, other people, or the environment, and maybe you don't even mean it, you know, like I've never, ever recycled. And just recently I've started recycling. I've never been afraid to eat meat. I loved meat. And lately I just can't stomach it because I'm too empathic. And I know the cruelty that those animals have to go through now, not in the past. In the past, it was a sacred honoring that we had for animals and nature, that there was a symbiotic relationship. Not anymore. So how can you practice turning that into a light attribute? Making friendships with animals, communicating with others, and with the nature spirits. Get more in tune with nature. Have more compassion. Try to see things from a different perspective. All right, now ask a question. It has to be a yes or no question, Or, hold on, I'm going to yell at my cat. Hey, get out of there. No. I lock them out of my bedroom because they go in there and get cat hair everywhere. Anyhow, ask a question, yes or no. It could have to do with what we're talking about or something totally different. Okay? But I'm going to get you as clear guidance around a question of set your intention. Remember, you're the creator. Know thyself. Set your intention for a clear, concise message and then trust what you get. We have no, no, no. That's 3 no's on one little itty bitty piece of paper, guys. So whatever you're asking, the answer is no. Or the answer is no for now. But with 3 no's, it feels pretty solid to me. Then we have get more information. Yeah, you've got to be the adept. You've got to be educated. You've got to know the lessons. You've got to have the tools. Get more information. We have unlikely. So now you have no, 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 unlikely. Get more information. We have listen to your intuition. Know thyself, right? Trust. Communicate clearly. Listen to your inner knowing. You probably already knew. And then we have romance. So it could be around a relationship. Whatever you asked, if it's surrounding a relationship of romance, maybe the timing is not right, or trust your intuition. Spirit did tell me that the twin flames this month was going to be knowing what you know. If you've been questioning, is that really my twin? Is it an ascension partner? Is it a false twin? What's going on? Spirit says, you've been given the answer so many times, and it's time for you to start trusting your intuition, trusting the knowing. And perhaps you are trying to make something into something it's not, right? Trust your intuition. You'll know. That's the practice of becoming the adept. Adept at trusting everything. You're hearing, you're seeing, you're knowing, you're feeling. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. See, you got to pull back your power. Take your thoughts off of what you don't want to create or experience and refocus them by daydreaming about what you really do want. Where your focus and your intention goes and your attention is how you create as a creator being. It's your superpower. Focus on positive thinking and faith, and that will bring you the romance that you're looking for. We have past life relationship. You have known each other before. So if you're on a twin flame journey or whatever, it's just Leo in love, right? Karmic soulmate, sacred soulmate, twin flame, ascension partner, whatever title you give it. You've known this person before. And whatever you've been doing this far is not working, right? That's why you got no, no, no. Listen to your intuition. Realign with positive thinking. Maybe you're putting blame, shame, whatever on the other person. And you got to look inside yourself, because that's where the blame really started first. And you project that out onto others. Then we have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Now, I always like to add to this, because this deck says specifically parents. Your inner child. How were you parented? How were you taught? What ancestral patternings? Did your dad's dad do it? And did your mom's mom do it? That kind of stuff. You need to heal some of those storylines that are no longer resonant with what you're trying to create for the future. Then we have release. Radical acceptance and surrender can help you let go. I'm going to let you sit with that. Release, radical acceptance, because you also had up here, was it you? Yeah. Jeez, I thought I was crazy for a minute there. Acceptance. See yourself and others through the eyes of the angels with unconditional love and acceptance. In this way, you inspire and lift everyone to their highest potential. Release, radical acceptance and surrender can help you let go. Maybe you're in a toxic relationship, or maybe you're in a codependent relationship. It doesn't mean that that can't be your person. It means that person is never going to be your person from the energy you're creating from. We have integrity. Does this situation align with your morals and values? Last message, awakening. Both people in this connection are undergoing spiritual transformations. Of course, because it's a sacred union. And there's going to be no's, and there's going to be yeses, and there's going to be maybes. But Spirit is telling you, you have to align with what you are trying to create. The only way you can do that is without distortion, without brokenness and judgments. Go watch the channeled message. All right, I drew this card for Gemini on screen. So if you don't believe me, go watch it. And it was so profoundly accurate, and they have been lately, I decided I'm going to read it for every sign. So, Leos, dearest you, on Earth, humans learn about life by telling stories and creating new ones based on shared experiences. Eventually, after repeating one often enough, it becomes your main story that you use to define yourself and others and the world. So to get the answers you seek, you must get vulnerable and hear your story when you tell it. Ask, why do you tell it? Is it really true? What else could be true? Can you see the truth that Spirit is in all things? Do you see how other stories overlap or intertwine? What that means is you align with other people that you resonate with, right? If you are a victim, you will align yourself with other victims that will validate your story. Spirit loves stories, for they are like blueprints for co-creation. So tell the one we know to be true about you. A story of courage, because you're the Leos. Gratitude and honesty. Tell an empowered story about well-being, wisdom, and grace. You will experience your world according to the story you tell about it. So make sure they're stories you're proud of and that you're in alignment with. Perfect message. Go watch the channeled message, guys. It's very, very good. I love you. I hope this helped. Sorry it wasn't a tarot reading, but Spirit said this is a month to practice what you've already been shown, using the tools you've been given. Okay? Namaste, guys. I will see you at the next full moon. Bye-bye. Don't forget to watch for the twin flame reading. I do one of those a month too, and a pick a pile usually. Okay? Namaste.